Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. I was there talking away because I had pushed the go live button, except the go live button ended up being another button as well. So I didn't get to do both all the buttons. Anyway, I'm here to do the Q&A, and I'm very excited about that because, as you know, I just love connecting into this energy like that. So hi, everybody. Let's ground first. And I'm really loving the energy of witnessing things right now. I witnessed, got an email going out this week about something I witnessed that I was like, holy cow, I didn't even realize that. So watch for that email. That's out in a couple days for those of you who are watching me live. If you want to be part of my email, then just let me know in the comments, either here or on YouTube. And what else do I want to say? Oh gosh. Oh, I know I need to share this too, don't I? I need to share this over from, I'll have to share that over from, um, I have to share this over. I am just blah, blah, blah today. So let me ground us. Let me feel into the energy. We're creating this beautiful clearing vortex, first of all. I'm just asking you to take a couple moments to breathe. And I'm going to, as we're doing that breathing, really step into that. Really step into that breathing, feeling the energy of the sun, a beautiful rainbow, a water system with you, whether that's a lake, whether that's a creek, whether it's a waterfall, but just feeling into all the magic of that. Just tapping into the magic of all of that right now. Feeling your feet being pulled into the energy of Mother Earth, into Gaia, through the crystalline layers. As it's going down through the crystalline layers, feel the magic of the little ones. I'm getting the energy of the little ones who are tending your roots. Feel into the energy of the little ones who are tending your roots. Feel the playfulness, the joy, the wildness, if you will. And then feel those roots continuing down to through the crystalline layers to the core of Mother Earth, the nurturing. Taking a breath into that, taking a nice breath into that. As we're energetically coming back up through those layers, giving thanks to the little ones, giving thanks to Mother Earth, giving thanks to our body, asking ourselves to be open with no expectations and no limitations, asking the mind, body, and soul and all aspects of self to be willing to receive and share. Feeling this beautiful energy continuing to flow up through into the divine, to all that there is. And the beautiful small droplets of knowledge that are being returned tenfold into your heart space. So taking a breath into that. Know that you have been cleansed, that this energy is pure. You're in this beautiful sacred space. That whatever your question is, there's no right or wrong, there's no judgment, there's just this beautiful question. There's no silly questions either, because any question at all is helping somebody, whether it's you or it's helping somebody else. So step into the willingness of that as well. Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay. So the first person that I have on here. I've got 3 or 4 people that have asked about readings. Megan is one, and she wanted to know if it was about themselves or what it was about, or if it was like readings. And yes, this is about readings. And Megan, I'm just going to touch base with your higher self energy. Mm. I asked for permission to do a reading, and I got this beautiful, gentle energy with the reply. Like I touched base with your higher self energy and got this really gentle energy right now. And with that, I'm getting this sense of being gentle with self is really I like it's not a word that I use, but it's what's being said is it's critical to be gentle with yourself right now. And it's so interesting that this is coming up because there are many people who are, of course, being bombarded by all kinds of different things that are going on, whether, and I'm not even going into the weather of it because I think, and I love that because I was thinking of WHEATHER, but it also is the weather of it, like WEATHER, right? Like we're all weathering storms right now. So regardless of what you're going through, it's critical to be gentle with self right now and to really step into the energy of self-care. Self-care is primary right now. And regardless of what everybody is asking on here, this feels like a huge theme going on right now is this being gentle with oneself, taking care of oneself. And it's in the small things. It's like stopping to take a breath. So let's just do that right now. Stop and take a breath. Feel what that did with your body. Let's do another one. Beautiful. Yeah. So, Megan, with that, I'm getting this beautiful pastel yellow coming in. This pastel yellow, you know, I just, first of all, I just love witnessing your photographs when you are doing um, I call it like the bebop. I don't know that it's bebop per se, but it's this era that you look so magnificent in when you are dressed like that. And I want you to be aware of the feminine energy that comes through when you are portraying yourself in these images like this. And this is like I would say it's like classic photos. You know, when I think of classic photos, I'm thinking like the 1920s to 1940s, 1930s. There's something about who you are when you are in that element of those clothing. And that's what's coming through very, very loudly is this beautiful pastel, being gentle with yourself and really recognizing that feminine energy that is who you are so intimately and develop a relationship with that feminine energy. Okay, so I don't know if it's inner dragon energy for you or not, or if you work with other beings, if you will, but there's something very magical about that energy that's coming through. Okay, that soft pastel and taking care of yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know too that this is was answered right at the beginning. Okay, so there you go. Thank you so much, Megan. So Mary asks, or states, I've had low energy head congestion for a couple of weeks. What is the message my body is sending me? First of all, I just really want to say thank you for this question. I think many of us are experiencing the same type of things with regards to the head congestion. You know, I have been putting it up to possibly the things that I've been drinking or not drinking. And so there's a couple different layers to this going on. One is that like it's so comical because I feel like this is something that can be said every single time. There's so much energy going on. There's so much energy moving. There's so many things happening, and there truly is all the time. And I'm recognizing that even more so now than I think I ever have. And I think that is part of what's going on. You are connected very deeply, Mary, with the energy of what's going on. And when I say that, really recognize who you are in that and how you want to stand in that. That's what's super important. So low energy, many people have been experiencing low energy right now. And it seems to be the spiritual world. We're experiencing low energy. I want to tell you something though that's extremely important through this is that um, in that state of being, like if you're being drawn to go to bed, if you're being drawn to rest, if you're being drawn to just sit and be, or do something that you might not have been doing of late as normal. I don't know if that makes sense. Reading, artwork, the working with your hands, but something that is less taxing on the brain thinking is what I'm thinking is coming through. And it's to give space for what actually is occurring. So in this dynamics of what is going on right now, um, there is the potential, thank you guys, for some to get caught up and pushed down because of that. And some of us are feeling very tired because we're not stepping down, we're not allowing the push down. But what we're being asked to do is to give ourselves the space to let what wants to come through come through. An example of this is that I too have been feeling very tired and exhausted. And so for the last couple of days, I've been pulling oracle cards, pulling tarot cards, what have you. And I've because I just sit in the space of what's this card showing me, I started to recognize something in the small pieces of this. And I actually created this beautiful little 4-question piece today because of the last 4 cards that I pulled. They were very important for me lining up what I'm doing in my life. So that's what's coming through is this message that's coming through is to take the time to either rest or to do something that's different than what you normally do. Um, it's not as taxing on your brain. I know I've been finding myself sitting and watching different types of things or reading a different type of book. Right now I'm reading this really interesting book about I think it's called 72 Days Adrift. The guy's name is Stephen. Just a really interesting true story book. And what he writes at the beginning of the book is very telling in itself. What he writes is that I could have written a book that tells you about my extreme fears, my hysteria, my panic mode that I was in for 72 days, or I could tell you about the logistical and just be caught up on the very specific logistical things that I did for those 72 days. Instead, he chose to do this happy medium in this instead. And that's what you're being asked to do is really step into where's the middle ground? Where's the middle ground that is going to be very beneficial for you right now, Marianne? Okay. I just want to see if anything else comes through with that. Breath. This seems to be the thing. You notice I got really caught up in speaking about the book and how I'm allowing myself to breathe now. Okay. Beautiful. So it is in the breath. It is in the breath. Okay. Beautiful. So Sue is next. The beautiful Sue, my dear friend and incredible artist. I've been thinking about you. I have your artwork up, as you well know. Ah, um, you have a very specific question around what do I need to know about the direction I'm taking on my spiritual path. First of all, I want to just say congratulations to you. First of all, that's the first thing that comes through immediately is your question is it's extremely deep, and on the other hand, it's like, wow, that has such a different energy from questions than you've asked before. Okay, now what I mean by this is I'm going to say the question again. What do I need to know about the direction What do I need to know about the direction? It sounds like you are already made a decision to go a specific way. You want to know more about how do I step into that now and whatever. And before, when you were asking questions, you may not have been clear on the direction. And so this question really is giving a very strong indication of how powerful you are choosing to be in this moment because of your life experiences, because of who you are, because of the growth that you've had, because of what's happening in the world right now. So when you step into the energy of what do I need to know about the direction I'm taking on my spiritual path? Uh, First, and probably the most important thing, and it's so interesting because it piggybacks to what was said at the beginning of this about critical and self-care. It is about loving yourself. Love yourself on your spiritual path, period. That is the most important thing that you can do through all of it is always love yourself. So, in loving yourself, you do not sit in judgment of yourself. You do not sit in guilt. Instead, you choose to be judgment free and guilt free. Okay. Love yourself is the biggest advice that's coming through. Now, I'm also, that's so beautiful. Thank you. Aw. So I'm getting very, very powerfully it's almost like this direct route of Rufus talking into your ear. I'm getting a very, very strong sense of this relationship with Rufus, and it feels very, very powerful. And I just really wanted to acknowledge that with you about Rufus, your beautiful, beautiful little pup there. Um, so there's some messages coming through Rufus. I'm feeling the energy of flowers. I'm feeling the energy of two different types of flowers, actually. The flowers that you would pick and the flower that you would use to cook. So there's something about what are you creating and are you taking the time to admire what you're doing as well. Okay, those are the messages that are coming through from Rufus as well. Okay, anything else? The other phrase that I seem to be using a lot today especially is to have faith. I've even said that to myself, to have faith in the process, to have faith in the steps, to have faith in the speed of things, if you will. Whatever that is um, to choose to step into the energy of having faith as you go through, okay? Thanks a lot, Sue. Okay. And the last question that I have on my question spot is any details around house moving, time frame, location, etc. Now, I love the energy of this, so just give me half a second. I ask you to be more clear, okay? Now, any details around house moving? Are you moving your house? And I'm not saying that as being judgmental. I'm just bringing it in as a recognize the where you need to be clear on things. Okay. So I'm guessing that you would like to move from your house, move to a location that is better suited for you. I'm feeling the energy. Something about July is coming up again. Now, and when I say again, because I just had a conversation around something that I'm doing, and July is coming up. So I don't know how productive July is for you, but there's some real energetic magic happening with July. There's a it seems to me that there's a fair amount of energy that's really doing this really interesting fluctuation in the month of July. If you have an astrologer like I do and in fact is in part of this group, Kitty Budewig Foss, I would definitely reach out to her and ask her about that energy of your transits at that time. There's something about the energy and how it's moving in July for many of us, okay? So location. I'm just getting a visual. Bear with me here a moment. So as you're facing your house, like if you were outside on the street facing your house, it's interesting because there's two very definite different energies on either side. And one feels, even though like it doesn't feel like a wall, I'll be very clear about that, Lav. It does not feel like a wall. It feels like something else. It feels like there's so much clarity moving in this direction. It's like a picture. Thank you guys. It's like a picture that you can see all the things that you do or do not want by if you went in that direction. Okay. And it was so interesting that how I just even went like that. There was something about I don't know. You gather what you will from that motion, Lav. And then this direction, and I can't really do it with this hand, but like I can this one. That my this arm just doesn't work that way. Um, there's this energy of wide open unknowing. So I think what you're asking, do I step into what I know or do I step out of what I know? And choosing to do one or the other, if you're choosing to go with what you know because it's safe, that may be a poor reason to step into that direction. If you're choosing to step into that direction because there are things in place that you know will happen for you and with you if you go in that direction. If it's just for safety, that's the wrong reason to go that way. Okay? If it's to go in this direction where it's unknown, choosing to step into the excitement of that, choose and let me rephrase that. You could be choosing to step into your life that way, okay? Meaning that there's some awarenesses that are coming up when you go into that unknown instead. It's that leap of faith that I've been talking about already in this. Very, very powerful, okay? Let me think. Is there anything? Not let me think. Let me see. What else is there? Yeah, like I'm just getting a very strongly of a picture where you know what's that way and the unknown. So at that point, ask yourself the questions that were just given to you. Do I step into my knowing this direction because it's safe or because I actually can see what I'm going to gain in that direction, or do I step into the unknown? That's the guidance that's coming through for you right now. Okay, Lav? Beautiful. Thank you so much. And think I think that might be all that's coming up in those questions right now. Yeah. Let me see if there's any others. No, there isn't. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Like I say, I really enjoy doing these readings. The next Q&A's in March, and I'll just wind this up with a couple things that are going on. I am just really feeling the magic that's been unfolding with the inner dragon energy. And when I talk about that, it's been a very big learning curve for me over 2023. So with that in mind, I've done a lot of things in different places, like the quiz, the inner dragon quiz, the chakra dragonfly quiz, all these little bits and pieces. And you can find a lot of this on my business page, Sandra Pelly the Sandini. You can also find this stuff on my website, sandrapelli.com. And if you go to I think it's the inner blueprint. Yes, I think it's the / inner blueprint. You'll find both those quizzes there. Okay. So have a magical day. Know that you're truly loved and that there's magic all around you. Okay. And the theme of this today has been about self care and stepping into the things that you know you want and also really recognizing a part of yourself. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye bye.